Hey there, STEM Academy. It's Mr. Barry, the STEM coordinator. I'm going to run through quickly how we're going to handle STEM events for the fall of 2020. So please bear with me and reference this sheet that will be posted on the STEM Academy website and emailed to you as well. First, we're going to have our synchronous opportunities where students will show up to a Google Meet to view a pre-recorded lecture from one of our guest speakers. You'll see the institutions represented here, as well as the actual topic and the guest speaker for each one. We have STEM careers from things like NIHS, Siemens, Novozymes, Xylem. We've got 910 Drones, a new partner of ours this year, and we've even got a couple ex-students who are going to help you bridge that gap between your STEM high school education and your college education. You see some information here as well, but again, these are going to be hosted via Google Meets. The links for the Google Meets will be sent out via email the weekend before these happen, because we can't just post the Google Meets on a public place. Otherwise, we could have people visiting that we don't necessarily want in there. So they will be sent out via email to the STEM Academy the week before, and your STEM teachers can help you coordinate those as well if you have trouble finding some of those links. The available times, there's going to be 2 per guest speaker. One is going to be offered on Tuesdays during what overlaps with our with some student hours and the lunch period. So because that potentially could overlap and we don't want to keep students from visiting student hours if they need to, the other time available for each one will be on a Wednesday during a spot there where you'll be just asynchronous learning. It's been approved by Mr. Mayers that you can come during that time on Wednesdays. So there will be at least one opportunity for each one. So please just note the different times and days. I tried to offer them in alternating weeks as well, but you can only get credit for each guest speaker one time. When you visit the Google Meets, I will play the pre-recorded presentation and take attendance via the plugin for Google Meet there. So you'll need to be present the whole time. Please make sure you're there the whole time. So that's our synchronous opportunities. Those are very similar to our guest speakers that we've had in the past. The next one here are going to be documentaries. And in the spring of last year, when we were forced into remote learning, we offered these types of things for quite a few of our STEM opportunities there, and wanted to carry this over to work for now as well. So the first note I want to make is there are 2 of these through streaming services, Netflix and Amazon Prime, that do require subscriptions. If you don't have them, there are still YouTube opportunities here as well. So you still have that opportunity. Please don't feel like you are obligated to go and purchase one of these streaming services just because of this. You absolutely can still complete the documentary portion here, which is not required anyway. You could still just come to the synchronous opportunities, or there's another opportunity later as well. But I wanted to provide for those of you who might have Netflix or Amazon Prime streaming the ability to watch these documentaries also. All of these pertain to energy and sustainability and our Academy themes. And once you are done with these, you will have to fill out a form that will be linked right here to show that you've done it. And there'll be a very brief summary of what you've watched and what you've seen there. That will be our way of recording that you have completed this activity. So this one, we will take attendance while there. And this one, you will complete the form once you have watched the documentary to show that you've completed that. Both of those are worth 1 STEM point per opportunity shown. Our last one here is asynchronous opportunities. And these are not necessarily just going to be sit and get type items. They're going to be more interactive and thus be worth more STEM points as well. So the first one here, I'm still working on developing the full Enviro Atlas. That will be up here soon. But this one is a brighter energy future. It's put out by the North Carolina Electric Cooperative, which is actually one of our guest speakers up here as well. So they will also be one of the guest speakers, which is great. They do a lot with us, and you see the description of what's going on there. But the link provided will actually take you to a course where they go through some of their initiatives that they're doing for a brighter energy future. And you'll go through and see some of the modules, and some of it interacts. And then at the end, there is like a little quiz as to what you learned. You'll complete that. It'll give you a certificate, and then you will send that certificate to me to show that you completed it. And this one's worth 4 STEM points. Okay, so it's worth basically 4 of the other opportunities also shown here. I'm trying to develop these more to fit our remote learning, but there's only so many opportunities right now that I can find. Hopefully I'll get Enviro Atlas up there also. But these ones are very important that you read the descriptions very closely to make sure that you get credit for these. Okay, so make sure you read the description here as to how it is you need to submit your proof of having completed this. All right, so again, these ones, asynchronous and a little more interactive and worth more than 1 STEM point each. The documentaries you will watch via the service provided, and then complete the form that will be linked here to get the 1 STEM point credit for those. And these ones here are like our guest speakers in the past. You will show up to the Google Meet. I will take attendance and cover whether or not you were there via those. You just need to show up to one of the dates and times per guest speaker, but you can only do one per guest speaker. Hope that explains everything. Please let me know if you have any questions.